adventure. And this week's mystery co-host is...
Now, time for The One Show with Alex Jones and tonight's guest presenter.
Well, we'll have no women behaving badly tonight, Caroline, because we're in front of the head judge.
Oh, yeah, Len? Oh, don't worry about Len. He'll be putty in our hands.
Yeah, you're probably right.
You are.
Yes, the girls are taking control of the sofa again this week. She is Caroline Quentin.
And she's Alex Jones.
Oh, this is lovely. We're going to have a lot of fun. Now, we're in safe hands tonight because we have a seasoned pro. And he is strictly ours for the next half an hour. We're very lucky.
Certainly is. He's the original boogie woogie man.
Please welcome our very own bugle boy. It's Mr. Len Goodman.
Hey, hey, up!
Hello, good evening.
Lovely.
Oh, Len.
Come on.
Come on.
Oh, lovely to see
I
you.
never know if it's the double kiss or
I
the
never
one.
know.
Always
you know,
a
and then
double
I give.
kiss. Yeah.
I usually just give one, and then they turn
Want
the
another
other.
one?
cheek.
I know, it's exhausting, isn't
But
it?
it was lovely. A double kiss off both of you.
Good, it's
Well,
lovely
why
to
not?
see you.
Look at me now. Don't I look better in the flesh? I see people.
You do indeed. You're a very handsome man. But that track that we played you in on is on your album, isn't it, Len?
Crooners and swooners.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Like the
Yes.
sound of that.
Now, we're going to talk all about the album because it's 3 CDs. We've got a lot to get through.
Right.
But
yeah,
you've
I
got-
won't name every single
No,
track.
I don't think we've got
No.
time, actually. But you have got some very, very famous fans, Len. Just tell us that. Who's this young lady? It's Harry
Oh,
Styles.
it's Harry Styles.
Yeah.
Harry Styles.
Oh, I met Harry Styles.
Yeah?
I was at Ella jet setting Len,
Yeah.
flying from
Yeah.
Dancing with the Stars. So I'm in the airport in the loungy place, and this long-haired boy came over and said, "My mum loves you. Can I have a photo?" So I've got my arm out. We had a photo, and then Bruno turned up. I said, "Here, who's that geezer over there with the long hair?" He said, "That's Harry Styles."
There are some teenage girls in this country
I
who
know.
would give their eye teeth to have been in your position
Well,
there.
And when he said Harry Styles, you knew of Harry Styles.
One
Direction.
Yeah, I sort
Absolutely.
of, I'd heard
Yeah.
of him, but I didn't know what he looked like. But there he was, me
Are they
and
not
Harry.
on your
oh,
album? Are they on your
yeah.
album, One Direction?
Eh?
Are they on your album?
No, they're not.
No,
No,
it's not that kind of
It's
thing,
virtually everyone's dead on the album. Yeah, because
Is a running
well,
theme,
you
yeah.
know, I was brought up sitting with my dad in the front room on the old Grundig radiogram, and he was putting on Sinatra.
Oh,
and Ella
we
Fitzgerald
can't wait
and-
to talk about it later.
Yeah,
We're
so-
very
Yeah.
excited
That's what I was
about
brought
it.
up on.
It's
Absolutely.
very Christmassy. It's lovely. Now, Team Rickshaw set off on their epic trip to London from Jedburgh in the Scottish borders this morning. Bless them, 5:30. They were due to arrive at Newcastle Gate and Millennium Bridge for the show this evening. Let's find out how they're getting on.
Well, day one has been a day of sorting things out, and to be honest with you, it's all taken a little bit longer than we anticipated. Do you know, at 3 o'clock this afternoon, having been cycling since 5:30 this morning, we hit the halfway stage. So it doesn't take a mathematician to work out that we're in a bit of trouble if we want to try and get to the Millennium Bridge between Newcastle and Gateshead by the end of the One Show. But Andy's in the saddle, he's doing what he can, as all of our riders have done today, and hopefully we will see you on the One Show down at the quayside by 7:30.
We hope so. We'll be catching up with Matt and the team a bit later. Now, the rickshaw's average speed is 5 miles per hour.
Wow.
A very far cry from the vehicles featured in our next film.
Kevin Dwala has been to check out on the fast-growing trend, a ghastly trend, I think, for backstreet supercar rentals. Watch this.
Big, flash, car. There's nothing quite like being behind the wheel of a luxury motor. The speed, the prestige. Look at me, made it. For some, hiring a supercar to show up for a big do is the thing. Can't afford one? No problem, rent one. But there's a darker side to flash car hire.
They're going to kill people. They're going to cause death and destruction on our streets.
April this year, and 3 friends all in their 20s died after this hired luxury car crashed. They'd been to a wedding. The driver, who survived, had no licence and no insurance.
What I want to know is how 4 lads have got their hands on a £45,000 sports car.
So I'm on my way to find out more about backstreet rentals. Sergeant Phil Robinson is part of a specialist police unit tackling the problem in Manchester.
We're seeing groups of small criminal businessmen, if you will, who have seen a niche market where they can rent the cars out to other criminals. They can rent them out to 3 or 4 lads who just want to go out in a high-performance car and have a race around the streets.
Advertised on social media or word of mouth, often drivers won't have the proper insurance. And of course, it's not just those in the hired sports cars who end up as victims.
The innocent driver of this car was hit by 4 lads in a backstreet rental.
He didn't get out alive.
Phil, do you think people know what they're funding when they're hiring these cars?
You're funding crime, you're funding criminals, you're putting young drivers in fast cars. They're going to kill people, they're going to cause injury, they're going to cause death, they're going to cause destruction, they're going to ruin people's lives.
The issues around rented sports cars was highlighted recently by the BBC's Asian network. It's common to hire them for weddings and festivals like Eid. At the Pakistani Community Centre, I've come to meet Haroon Afzal. His nephew, Hamza Gujar, died in this crash.
So what's the big deal about hiring fast cars within the British Asian culture?
I personally don't really like this. They waste a lot of money on it, basically showing off. It's not helping the community in any way, or any young life to be lost. Like my nephew, he was only 20, so to lose him we're still suffering. So we will keep trying with the community, and we will play a positive role to stop this.
So in the realms of what you can say, Phil, how are you going to stop it?
They stand out like a sore thumb at the end of the day, these cars, when they're on the streets. So we're actually going out, targeting those cars, those people. We're taking the cars off them. When we take the cars off them, we're giving them back to finance companies. We're making sure they don't get back into the hands of the backstreet hire companies and the criminals.
But given the appeal of fast cars to young men, Phil and his officers face an uphill task.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Now, we've got a picture of you, Len, in your first car. Very quick it was, very dangerous.
Oh, there I am.
Oh, look at you!
Look, little Lenny in his car.
That's you driving, isn't it?
Yeah, that's me.
Do you remember that car, Len?
I do remember that, and I remember that's my granddad's backyard, yeah. On the right there, you can just see the beetroot boiler, where they used to wash me before they put the beetroots in.
Oh, that's adorable! Yeah. I love that.
My nan used to put me in and bath me, and while it was tepid, and out I'd come.
Come out pink?
Oh, it was full of scum. I'd probably peed in it and God knows what. And then in would go the beetroots, but they were bestsellers.
So what year would that have been?
I was about 4, I suppose, so like 1948 or 49, just before the 50s.
Because this album of yours, quite a lot of the songs are from the 50s, aren't they?
Yeah, they're from the... Yeah, there's a few sort of going up into the 70s.
There is.
They're mostly all your classic, standard, wonderful singers. One album is all men, all women, and then a mixture of both.
There you are.
So we were trying to figure out whether we were a crooner or a swooner. What do you do?
I'm a crooner because I've got that hey.
Yeah.
You too.
Well, I think I'll go swooner, probably out of time swooner, but a swooner.
Yeah, I think I'm a bit of both.
Caroline's got the most...
swooner.
She's got the most wonderful voice.
I really have. It's beautiful.
Yes.
You're laughing, but I'm going to sing for you later. You'll love it, really. You will.
Who are you going to be swooning over tomorrow then, Len? Because Strictly again tomorrow night.
Let me tell you, I get asked this halfway through every year on Strictly. Yeah. And normally I've got something in my brain, but I big it up and say, oh, it's so close. But it is so close.
And this year, of course, I mean, 2016 has been a year of really unexpected outcomes to votes. So we've had Brexit, we've had Trump. Are we going to have balls?
Well, that would be... you know, who knows? It could well happen.
Do you think it could? Seriously?
Well, the thing is this. Every week, I think, he's been bottom with the judges. But every week, he must have been top with the viewers.
Extraordinary, isn't
Yeah,
it?
well, you know, look at him with
I mean,
a chubby
I
little
think that,
chap.
you know, people...
Listen, there's nothing wrong with being chubby, Len.
No.
The chubbiness is not the problem,
But
clearly.
actually, you know, he's good.
He's good. He's not like, you know, Anne Whitcomb was just sliding around the block. I love Anne. I love her, please. I love Anne.
No, but she did a lot of mopping,
Yeah,
didn't she, when she was there?
But Ed does come out and dance.
And
he has a
gives
go.
it his all, doesn't he?
Yeah.
You know, he really...
You're going to
he's
sadly
the-
leave. You're going to miss it.
Oh, I will miss it. I
Yeah.
know. And once I'm not doing it, and I know next year I'll be sitting at home and thinking, why didn't I do it again?
Yeah.
But, you know, I've done it for 12 years.
Yeah.
I want to be with my family a little bit. I've got my new lovely Alice, my granddaughter. I want to be with her. So, yeah.
I know, but it's important. Family life is important, and something has to give, doesn't it?
You've got to give a balance. And, yeah, no, it was... I'd rather leave Strictly and people say, oh, what a shame, old Len's go. Rather than, oh, thank God he's gone.
Well, exactly.
You've got to get the balance. So.
But I tell you what, you've always been our favourite, Len.
True,
and
true.
This is why.
This is the reason.
Oh, right.
This is the reason.
I'm a cup of tea in a world of skinny lattes. You had that sultry sort of character going. But I've got to say, your bum was going to town. A little bit on the raunchy side for me. If you're in the bottom two this week, I'm going to pickle my walnuts, I promise. Don't get aggressive, I know what you're like. I don't know about holding out for a hero, I was holding out for a Paso. It was like a cow pat on Country File, hot and steamy. First rate, well done.
That's right.
And I love you, Len.
We do. And Len's album, Crooners and Swooners, is out, coincidentally, today.
And it's valid for money, 3 CDs. I'm all about CD2, personally.
Right.
Now, you've told us before in the past, and we know you're a traditionalist, in everything that you do, including what you eat.
Yes.
Indeed. But tonight, Len, we're talking about puddings. And I want to know how you're going to feel about something we're about to see, because Ricky's made an Eton mess, which we know.
Lovely.
Lovely.
It's different, but with a twist.
No. You may not like this.
I'm crisscrossing the country in search of Britain's favourite local foods, all in alphabetical order.
And you, my friends, are going to be guiding me to each destination.
So together we'll map the A to Z of brilliant British food. Among your suggestions for letter E were some hot favourites. Phil Gibbs suggested Eccles cakes, while Maureen Edwards wanted Edinburgh Rock on the map.
But the one that really caught my eye was a proper posh pud. Eton mess.
So I've come down the Thames to the town of Eton to meet food writer Sybil Kapoor and find out why the illustrious Eton Public School gave its name to such a simple pudding of crushed meringue, fruit and cream.
Eton has been associated with in a number of ways. The most important way is that people could go and buy it from their tuck shop, which was called Sock Shop. But it was also traditionally served at the Eton-Harrow cricket match at Lord's. But actual recipes are really hard to come by, and even Eton doesn't have an original recipe. There's a lot of flexibility, so you can add a bit of your own feeling into it, like adding kirsch, or, you know, there are even references to people adding chocolate.
At the Boatman pub just across the river, dessert chef Gabriella Orford is showing me her twist on this old favourite.
Most Eton messes are just cream and strawberry, but I'd like to make a berry compote, which is composed of raspberries, blueberries, and then, of course, I've got fresh strawberries on top.
So what do you think could make a bad Eton mess?
You could over-mix it.
So if that got all mixed up and it was all just bright pink?
It would look wrong.
That is really good. Sharpness of the fruit, the creaminess, the crunch of the meringue. Perfect mess.
Now it's my turn to get messy, with inspiration from my Trinidadian side of the family. I'm going to take Eton mess on a Caribbean cruise. Out with the strawberries, I'm using diced and blow-torched banana with nutmeg spiced meringue, all held together with whipped cream and a rum and ginger syrup. It's creamy sunshine in a dish.
Now that's my Caribbean mess. I'm really happy with it. Let's see what Gabriella thinks. Here you go, Gabriella, what do you reckon?
It looks beautiful. Oh, wow. The spice goes really well with the banana and also with the meringue. Rum is my favourite.
Oh, well, it's a winner.
Well done.
But what do people in Eton think about me messing with their mess?
Wow, that's good. I would say I prefer it to an Eton mess, actually.
Nice. I like you. I knew I liked you the minute I saw you. He's going for the lot.
Oh, that's today.
He loves it. You like it?
No, don't mess with nutrition. I'm eating.
I thought he was going to eat the lot.
I think we can put Eton mess firmly on the map.
Gabriella, thank you very much for being E on my A to Z food guide of Britain. Would you like to stick yourself on the map?
Thank you very much, Ricky. It's been a pleasure.
Lovely, thank you.
Leaving E for Eton mess behind, I'm in search of the next challenge in our A to Z.
So will it be fish cakes or figgy pudding? Or you could send me to Falmouth or Fife.
It's entirely up to you.
Well, we hate to say it, but it's a no from Len. It's not a 10 from Len, is
It's
it?
too anemic.
Well, there we are.
Yeah.
There we are, Ricky. Now, if you've got a favourite dish or foodie location beginning with the letter F for Ricky to showcase in his A to Z, send us your suggestions to the usual email address. Now, what were you doing at 5:30 this morning?
At 5:30, I was walking my 5 dogs on the hills in Devon.
That's early.
Very, very early,
Keen?
but I had a busy day ahead.
Well, yes, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
Len?
5:30?
Yeah.
I was fast asleep.
Yeah, exactly. Most of us should be, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, Team Rickshaw was starting day 1 of their challenge to cycle 474 miles from Jedburgh to London.
Now, the plan was to get to Newcastle Gateshead Millennium Bridge this evening. So, Matthew, they're still cycling. Have you made it? Are you nearby?
Are we nearby, Al? Well, we're an hour away. We are an hour away. So we want to say sorry to all those lovely people in Newcastle and Gateshead who are waiting for us. Listen, well, actually, they're waiting for you, Ross. So what do you want to say to them? They can hear you on a big speaker.
Sorry, I don't think I put the motor on the accelerators.
Don't you worry, Bonnie lad. I tell you what, you're doing a sterling job, as all of Team Rickshaw have done today. But the thing is, the reason why we are a little bit late is we've been doing an enormous amount of tinkering. Obviously, this is the first day, so we want to make sure that everything is absolutely right. And we've got a special seat on here that Ross is actually modelling at the moment. You can see he's got a seatbelt across there and also a lap belt as well. And so, with Ebony as well, who's been on, so we've been making sure that everything's absolutely right. But we've had some hills, Al. We have had some hills. We've climbed 3,500 feet today, and thankfully the weather has been on our side. But listen, this is what's been happening over the last 14 hours in the saddle today. It's 5:30 in the morning in what appears to be quite a quiet Jedburgh when you look that way. But look at this for a turnout.
How are you, Ebony?
I'm warm.
You're nice and warm?
With all the rickshaw riders there to cheer him on, Salah from Birmingham was given the honour of starting this year's challenge.
You can do it, Salah.
We've got, well, we've got to get to Newcastle, so we can't hang around here.
As the hills get bigger, just keep saying nice and easy.
Salah and his family fled war-torn Syria 3 years ago, and this was his first time in Scotland.
Good luck, son.
Thank you. Thank you much. I'm gonna smile all the way. So
That's it, Salah. You smile all the way.
And of course, in Scotland, there are lots of hills to climb.
Feel okay?
Yep.
Looking good. Already Salah is vying for the crown of King of the Hills.
It's not long, though, before Salah suffers from the exertion and has to make a drastic roadside stop.
Take your helmet off for a second. Whew, let's get some air in. So Salah was just pushing himself to the max, but all is good. We're all right. We're doing all right. And he's very keen to jump back in the saddle and crack on. Listen, what are you going to say to your mum? Because she's going to be really worried about you.
Oh, I said, don't worry about me. I'm all right. Look, I'm pedaling now. All good.
Second up in the saddle today is Olivia from Edinburgh.
Thing is, we've got such a relentless climb up to the Scotland and England border that Olivia's thighs aren't getting hardly any rest. Yeah, Olivia's just having a few problems with hamstrings here, so we just keep stopping and stretching off. Yeah.
Olivia is profoundly deaf, but has a cochlear implant which helps her with her communication. Olivia had a hearing dog called Peggy, but when Peggy died, Olivia was so affected by it, she needed help to regain her confidence.
It's really difficult because I miss out the sounds, but when I have Peggy with me, she's always telling me that doorbells or wake me up in the bed because alarm will work.
What would you say is the hardest things for you to do in life?
She's not gifted to being deaf, because I know being deaf is really difficult for everyone, for me. But I just keep on, don't give up, just enjoying my life, my day. That's why I'm doing the challenge.
And when you were coming up that big hill to this Scottish border, what were you thinking about?
Well, I was thinking to say, do not give up, this is for deaf people. My own town with this, and make deaf people become friend more, and make Kieran's people become proud of me doing that in Stockholm.
Even though the team were a little behind schedule, we all wanted to make time to stop just before 11 o'clock this morning on Armistice Day, to pay respect to all those who lost their lives in war.
Do you know, 11 o'clock feels like a very, very long time ago. We're almost coming up to our 60-mile mark for today. We've just gone past a lovely welcoming sign that says Newcastle, so the finishing line is within reach, Ross. And you didn't know you were going to cycle in, did you? Look at this, though, just greeting all the adoring public. No, you didn't know, did you, were going to be cycling in tonight? So nice little treat for you there.
Yes.
And actually, we should say, everybody that's been coming out on the streets and what have you, and standing on the roadsides, actually in the middle of nowhere as we were going over the Scottish borders today. It just makes such a difference to Team Rickshaw. So,
and I want to make sure I'm cycling when I'm in Sunderland.
Oh yes, we'll make sure. Well, we're going to show everybody a route very shortly of where we're going, and everyone will be able to come out.
When I go to my hometown, I won't.
Yeah? Oh, don't worry, Ross. We'll make sure that happens.
Thanks.
We'll make sure that happens. Right, I'll tell you what we will do, though, before that. Do you remember when we were telling everybody at home how they can show their support about 30 miles ago in the light? Yeah?
Yeah.
Tell you what, we'll put that on. Here we go. Right, Ross, shall we tell everyone how they can donate, show their support? Yeah. OK, right. If you text the word team to 70405, that is for
£5.
Or text the word team to 70410, that is for
£10.
Those texts will cost your donation, plus your standard network message charge, and all of your donation will go to BBC Children in Need. You must be 16 or over, and please do ask for the bill pays permission. For full terms and conditions, go to bbc.co.uk/Pudsey, where you can also make a donation online. And to all of those that have already donated, Ross would like to say
thank you for all your donations.
Good. I think that went well. Thank you. And today we have gathered pockets and pockets of donations as well. So a big thank you to everybody that's given us pound notes today. Now then, Ross, so you want everyone to come and see you, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, over the weekend. Let's put a lovely map up so that everyone can see that from Newcastle we're going to be heading down to Hartlepool. You can see Ross, I'm sure, at some point there. That's all tomorrow. And then from Hartlepool we're going off to Scarborough. So that'll be Sunday. So if you recognise any of those places that are on that map, I'm sorry I can't give you more details. I haven't got any screens as I'm cycling. But I'm sure you can work it out, so have a look. And then Monday, hopefully, we will be arriving at Hull on time, and we're going to the Deep, which is a massive aquarium. Ross, are you a fan of sharks?
Yeah. All right. They're not scary.
Oh, no, don't worry, they're all behind glass.
Nah,
and swimming
don't
around
scare
in
me.
water. It'll be fine. OK, so really, we've got quite a weekend ahead of us, but what a first day it's been. And to all those people that can hear us at Newcastle and Gateshead, we're not far away now. Say again?
Thanks for your support.
Thanks for your support. What a note to finish on. Perfect. See you when we do.
Well, it sounds like it's been a very tough first day. And you've spared them a thought, isn't it? Well, all of us are inside and you at home are warm. I mean, they must be absolutely freezing. A sterling effort. And we saw Andy's speech last night at the Children in Need Rocks show. Just a little reminder that Children in Need Rocks for Terry will be on our screens on Monday at 8:30 on BBC One. It was a fantastic night. It'll be a brilliant programme.
I think it really will. You met Ebony, didn't you?
I did indeed. We recorded Strictly for Children in Need, and I met her prior to it and just said hello, but she spoke so beautifully.
Oh, she's a lovely girl,
isn't she? She was so lovely. It was charming.
She would have been in her element as well, going to the set of Strictly. Now, speaking of Strictly, to celebrate your 12 years on the show, you've got a DVD with all your highlights.
That's right.
Which is lovely. I had a quick skip through.
And this has not gone down well, then.
No, don't. I know, don't.
Right, not one, right? But two of the Baker's dancers in there. This is a samba. Let's just have a look from Blackpool. Here we are. Oh, look at Matt go. I mean, he was good. I mean, it's like a Matt you've never met.
Oh, it really... Do you know, I'm seeing a whole new side of him.
He's
it's extraordinary,
quite
isn't it? Does he do that when he's here?
Oh, he loves a backflip.
Does he? Does he? Look at one knee slide.
I mean, he was fantastic. He was really, really good.
You were good too.
Well...
You were on 3 times, weren't you? I deliberately put you in 3.
No, I'm not on it.
They've edited it out. No, Liberty. No.
I've not made the cut.
It's been such a difficult afternoon, Len. How can I explain this to you? It's been a nightmare.
I mean, you know, some of them were ropey, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But there was Wembley, it was all right, the tango.
You had a lovely tango.
You're beautiful. Look, she's beautiful.
Look.
I mean, I think I didn't have the sauce element that Matt
I think
had,
you're
you see.
right. He threw himself at that girl.
He did. But, you know...
No.
You'll be one. You won that video.
I'm in a state of shock.
Well, don't worry, Len.
Liberty.
Don't worry, I've saved you.
You've sorted it.
Because Volume 2, I've already edited.
Perfect.
So we'll have this one for this Christmas and this for next.
Yes.
You don't need to do any research. It's all there.
Something for everyone's stocking next year, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
Alex's
lovely.
Alex's bit.
And her worst bit.
It's perfect.
All the bits
they're
on there. Heaven.
What will you miss most then, Len, when you go at the end of this series?
Well, you know, I will miss everything, really. I miss turning up, having Bruno nearly poke my eye out, great moaning, lovely Darcy, and just being so close to watching fantastic dancing. So, yeah, I'm good.
We're going to miss you.
We are going to miss you, Len. It won't be the same.
It's true.
Well,
it really is true, isn't it?
Well, it's charming of you to say so. I might turn up on the One Show. Or,
you
never know.
You are Friday.
Very good.
Well, the best of Strictly Come Dancing Len's grand finale DVD is released on the 28th of November, next year. And thanks for holding the fort.
Oh, you're so welcome. It's been delightful. Absolutely delightful.
Thanks to Len as well.
May I just say thank you so much. You've made it such a joy. You two girls, great. Thank you.
Oh, we've had a nice
We've had a really, really lovely time.
Crooners and Sooners is out now. She's the crooner and the
Thanks
sooner.
to Rickshaw team. What a brilliant bunch. We love you so much. Keep up the good work. We love you. Raise money.
Thanks to everybody who's donated. We'll have an update from the team on Monday, and we're joined by Eddie Redmayne.
Eddie Redmayne. I'll be here too. They don't know that yet.
We've got Angelica Bell.
No, she's not coming upstairs.
The stage is set. Experience Simple Minds' unique in-concert performance on Radio 2. Available now on the red button.